beautiful people, welcome back. Hope everybody is doing fantastic wherever you are in this world. Happy Friday, the weekend is here. It just feels so good. Thank you so much to everybody for all the well wishes. You guys, I feel so much better. I got so much rest. I actually feel like a brand new person. That's exactly how I feel. Thank you so much once again to everybody for all the well wishes. They are good people out there. Thank you so much. You guys, as per usual, Mel Thompson, Gabby Petito, all their links are down in the description box. Please go and show them some love. Subscribe to their channel. I thank you in advance for that. And also a huge shout out to Llama Girl. Please go and support her. She is absolutely amazing. She does such hard work. Please, you guys. I had already filmed this video this morning at just afternoon today. I was ready to upload this video, and lo and behold, I was sent brand new information. So here I am redoing this whole video. So excuse me for actually being in the same clothes as I will be in the next video. So it is what it is. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and the notification bell so you'll be notified each time I upload. Please do not take what I say as fact. Feel free to do your own research and come to your own conclusion. So today, this is actually an update on the whole Amy versus backwards Barbie apology, bullshit apology, whatever you want to call it. So let me just give you a little bit of a backstory. So Amy had done a video on her Instagram basically mocking backwards Barbie, and I'm going to say that because Katie Joy actually clarified that on her Instagram live. So she seems to have gotten a whole lot of backlash in regard to doing that to backwards Barbie. So she contacted backwards Barbie, had a conversation with her, apologized, even stating that she never knew Barbie was an actual person and that she doesn't know Katie Joy very well. She's never met her, all that bullshit. I believe now she is going through, she's been bombarded with people coming against her for actually doing that type of thing of mocking Southerners or taking up for KJ. You know what? Pick your poison, basically. And let me just make this very clear. Amy did remove that from her Instagram as of filming this video. So that's gone, okay? She even put up an apology on her Twitter. Just wanted to apologize publicly to Redneck Barbie. I had the opportunity with talking to her over the phone and clearing up a misunderstanding. She was kind, and we even talked about the importance of mental health. I wish you nothing but the best, and tagged backwards Barbie. So in true Katie Joy fashion, you know, just to give that jab at people or those naysayers that, oh no, nobody can ever come, and this is just my opinion, nobody can ever come in between Amy and myself. We still cool. So she took this Instagram Twitter post that Amy had actually put up, and it says families are intended to be unified, kind, loving, godly, helpful, selfish, selfless, and a witness and reflect of God. And then what did KJ do? KJ went on a Twitter and she retweeted this whole quote. And then a lot of people were actually down in my comment section under that video. They were actually quite like, but how come Amy Duggar King is responding to the people on her company? Well, I'm sure it was Instagram. How come she's responding to them? Because at the end of the day, you guys, Amy has to save her business. I'm not knocking her for that. That's what any person would do, you know, come to the defense of their business. But also at the end of the day, Amy got to realize who she's dealing with, who she's friends with. And it doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure that out, especially after 2 years. I clearly felt that Amy was trying to do damage control by going back and apologizing to backwards Barbie. Because the reasoning she gave was like, you know what, you don't have to be an intelligent person, you know, to figure all this out. And it was so like grade school, you know what I'm saying? Her reasonings were grade school. It's like, oh, I didn't even know that you were a real person. I don't know KJ that well. I've never met KJ. How much does it take, like I said, to get to know the type of person one can be? You know what I'm saying? Amy, according to what I know, to my knowledge, was encouraged by her mother to actually contact KJ. And I'm not coming in, I'm not disrespecting Amy's mother. Oh, definitely not. I'm not disrespecting. I'm just going off how I know they became to be. Okay. So she knew that KJ degrades, dehumanizes, slanders, all the worst things, in my opinion, her cousins, okay, including the cousin that's closest to her, Jill. She does and says the most horrible things. I can only, and I don't even feel this is even organic what she did when she made the video about the loss that Jill and Derek had experienced. She, in my opinion, did that for clicks and views, period. Like I said, I really filmed this whole video and then this information dropped on my lap. Because for number one, this is not even on her Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, anything anymore. I don't know. No, let me back that up. I don't even have Facebook, so I don't know if it's on her Facebook. But it says, last week, Amy King uploaded a video on her Instagram, which many thought was funny, including yourself, KJ. You thought it was hilarious. Many assumed her video was about another YouTuber. I privately asked Amy if it was about this person, and she said yes. There we go. There's the start of her, in my opinion, throwing Amy under the bus. Not even Amy is safe from this woman's class, as far as I'm concerned. I shared my thoughts about her video on a Reel and Instagram Live, which how could we even forget that? A few days ago, there was a communication mix-up. She thought I was speaking about Redneck Woman when I asked her about one. There's some information missing there. In good faith, I deleted those videos as I do not want to cause any further stress to her. I apologize to the YouTuber Backwards Barbie for making these videos based upon my communications with Amy. Let's read that one more time. I apologize to the YouTuber Backwards Barbie for making these videos based upon my communication with Amy. So now she's agreeing that her and Amy were talking about Backwards Barbie. Okay, noted. Neither Amy or I want to be considered bullies, and I apologize for my role. Too late for that. You're all already known as bullies. What has happened since is extremely disappointing. Amy's business and Twitter are being bombarded with spam and hate. Please do not send her hate based upon my words and miscommunication. I take ownership for that. She's trying to now come to Amy's defense. Okay, so now is she trying to return the favor? So when they were talking about how Backwards Barbie was accused, and this is just, I'm just assuming this is how everything came about in regards to Backwards Barbie. So they were in communication on how Backwards Barbie came after KJ and accusing KJ of hacking and this and that. So Amy went, made this video mocking Backwards Barbie, which again, she clarified it was Backwards Barbie. So she's coming to her friend's defense and trying to get people to stop, in her words, bombarding her with spam and hate. Okay, I get it. People are also dragging up old statements I've made about the Duggar girls over the years. I've never once claimed my opinion about them hasn't evolved over the years. Bullshit. KJ has evolved from being disrespectful, dehumanizing, jealous, degrading, and the list goes on and on. How has she evolved? I'll be waiting. Clearly, what I thought 2 years ago is different than today. I've openly spoken about this change in my thoughts many times publicly. I must have missed that part. In full transparency, I take responsibility for my role, and I only ask you to please leave Amy alone. She's got enough going on right now. The last thing she needs is this. To Amy, I'm deeply sorry for our miscommunication and indirectly bringing you into this mess. Amy brought herself into this mess. We are all very tense with this trial. Emotions are running high, so let's take some time today to try to be positive in the midst of this pain. I'm definitely not tense about this trial because that piece of shit, Josh Duggar, deserves exactly what he's gonna get. Okay, so let's not fret there. your emotions are very high, Katie Joy, very, very high, because after witnessing, and you guys, this video is coming next, okay? The graphicness of the things she spoke about on her Instagram live from Thursday night. How does this woman even function? It's like, wow. And emotions are running high. And the last time, this will never go out of my mind, because when you actually attended his arraignment and you say, correct me if I'm wrong, anybody, and you said that you tried to disassociate because things were so graphic and so bad, but then your phone rang with Amy Duggar King, and the two of you were having a good kiki together. So I don't think the emotions are very high. I think the emotions are high because her business is being affected right now. She's coming under a lot of fire for being your friend, KJ, and it is what it is. You know, if she wants to claim you as a friend, she needs to stand her grounds. Let's take some time today to try to be positive in the midst of the pain. I can tell you something. The best way to be positive, and after trying to film this video that you did in regard to your Instagram last night, my heart breaks, you guys. My heart breaks for those kids that are still left in their Duggar home after hearing not only from last night what KJ said, but from her last Instagram live she did last weekend, clarifying the deep mental illness some of those kids are still facing in that home today, okay? How can you just sit there and know all this information and not give it to the proper authorities? You're not doing your due diligence. It's like, she even said, and I'm not taking away from where we are right now, she even said, look up the Turpin family. She says it reminds her of that family. So how can you just sit there and do fuck all, but just profit off these kids' pain? Before I give my final thoughts on this, and I got a lot to say about it. As I said, Amy has taken that reel off of her Instagram. So did Katie Joy. She removed that reel. But you know what? You can remove it, but the internet is forever. Okay, it is what it is. Amy Duggar King has also locked down her Twitter. So she must be going through a lot right now. Amy, I know people say that a follow is not that important, but in this situation, it's very, very important, because people are going to still think that you support KJ. And if you still support KJ, just own it. Own it. But also brace yourself for the backlash that you're going to get, because a lot of people, and myself included, well, I can only speak for myself. So let me just say it this way. I firmly believe that you do speak, and this is just my opinion. This is how I feel. You do tend to give Katie Joy information, whether it be your experience on TLC when you were on the Duggar show, whatever it's called. It's been so long. I don't know. But there's so much information that it's just like, and this clip, and somebody had compiled like a few clips of how she actually, Katie Joy actually talks about her friends Lindsay Chrisley and Amy Duggar. And this part that just stood out to me as like, and don't quote me on the wording, but I'll play the clip after this. It actually says, the tea Amy has just spilled, or Amy has just given me.
Well, yesterday, Lindsay Chrisley, my girl, ooh, I would not want to be on her bad side. She unleashed on CEO of Wave Podcast Network. There is some piping hot tea that just gave itself to me on Amy Duggar King, my girl, my girl.
This just proves now that, and I am so sorry to Backwards Barbie. Irrelevant how you feel about Backwards Barbie. Wrong is wrong and right is right, okay? What Amy Duggar King did to her is fucked up. She lied to her to save her own ass. Period. She didn't mean a damn word of that apology. She deflected from that apology. She lied. And that speaks volumes. Backwards Barbie, I know you're going to see this. I feel for you. Don't let this affect you. I know it's hard, but don't let them steal your joy. You know who you are. But they've just revealed who they are. At the end of the day, I do feel bad for Amy because, again, I'm going to say this and I feel like a scratch fucking record. Amy got too much to lose. You're still following Katie Joy on her Instagram, on her Twitter. That's on you. Good for you. You want to stand by your friend? Once again, own it. But it's just going to come with a lot of baggage for you. And one thing I can't just get past. Instagram Live she did last night. She spoke about Amy's grandmother, who Amy idolized. Okay? Which there's nothing wrong with that. Absolutely nothing. But me personally, I took offense to it. And I don't know these people from a bar of blue soap. Okay? About a week ago, or 2 weeks ago, she was talking about how Josh got to where he is. Okay? She started speaking about Amy's grandfather. Then she says she's not going to speak about Amy's grandmother because she's no longer here. That was very short-lived because last night on her Instagram Live, she trashed Amy's grandmother. She said that Grandma Mary was a liar and that she was the one that always boosted Jim Bob's ego and that he was the favorite. And I'm going to make that video, you guys. So going from you're not going to discuss this woman anymore to now dragging on the woman like this. Wow, Katie Joy. I have actually learned about Amy's mother's basically backstory. To my knowledge, she was abused by her husband. He didn't treat her well. And I didn't hear this from Amy. I didn't hear it from him. I heard it from Katie Joy. She's spoken about it how many fucking times. It's not her story to tell. And Amy, your mom is a warrior. Okay? Her trauma should never be used for clout. For this woman to keep speaking about your mother's trauma, just so people can know how close you all are, Amy. Your mother deserves more than that. I would give more than that. More respect to your mom. She is a warrior. How do you allow this woman to do this, Amy? Even Jill, she even said on her Instagram Live, you all are so close. But you co-sign, in my opinion, the filth, the degrading, the dehumanizing she does to Jill. What kind of family member are you, Amy? This is so fucked up. I choose to believe you're a better person than this. And how you may feel right now is terrible. But you know what? God makes things happen for you to open your eyes. So I suggest maybe you should be taking notes. Maybe you should be reflecting, Amy. Because if you think that you can manipulate your way through this, maybe you and Katie can manipulate people into thinking, oh, you're no more that close or you're not. What gets done in the dark always comes to light. I don't know if you're just scared of backing away from her because she knows too much or she got too much on you. But you know what? We serve a mighty God, Amy, and you know that. If you stay, it's like you're selling your soul to the devil, in my opinion. So it's for you to sit back and make up your mind what is best for you and your family. Your mom deserves much more respect than this fucking woman Katie Joy gives her, okay? Not her story to tell, the trauma your mother has been through. You have too much to lose. And I've said this over and over and over again, Amy. Way too much to lose. And once again, I'm going to say this. I choose to believe that you are better than this. But then I could be wrong. Because that is why, you guys, I don't like going back to, to people's past. Because that can bring up so much. All I am going to say right now is, Amy, you got to figure things out. You truly got to figure things out. Backwards Barbie, I am so sorry. I am so sorry you have to go through this. But always remember, you know who you are. What people say about you, what people think about you, that's on them. But this, what Amy Duggar King did to you, made you look like an idiot, is an absolute no-no. You don't deserve that. Nobody deserves that. Amy, I am truly sorry that you are going through all this. But at the end of the day, you've got to realize who you're friends with. Look at your actions. You can't cry foul now. You lied. You lied to save your own ass. You lied to save your business. Lies only get you so far. And it's so hard to keep up with lies. And if this is what you've become, or maybe this is how you've always been, which I refuse to believe that, Amy. You are better than this, Amy. And I hope that I feel by saying this that you are better than this. You are better than this. It's fucked up what you did to Backwards Barbie. You lied by saying that was not meant for her. You didn't know that she even existed. That you don't even know Katie Joy that well. You've never met her. For 2 years. For 2 years. It's a long time to know what type of person a certain person is. I found out about KJ after 3 weeks, after watching her cover a certain story, until I was like, oh, hell no. So at the end of the day, I'm not saying or promoting going and spreading hate. No, that is not acceptable. Not even Amy Duggar King or anybody else deserves this. Absolutely not. But the correspondence that I've gotten from people that have reached out, they didn't hate on her. They merely was just asking, how can you? And I know at the end of the day, you guys, I'm not even going to go look at Twitter. Twitter's definitely a cesspool. But I can't be responsible for anybody else. It is what it is. Amy lied to Backwards Barbie to save her own ass. It is what it is. What type of person does that? Because a decent person off the back would have fessed up and said, I fucked up, I am sorry. Nobody's perfect, I get it. But in my opinion, this just proves the type of person Amy Duggar King is. Maybe she is scared of KJ, and maybe she should have taken a page out of Lindsay Chrisley's book to say, well, you know what, I'm going to give you information, I'm going to talk to you, allegedly, but I'm definitely not going to come to your aid or come to your defense. I'm not even going to acknowledge you. She should have taken a page out of Lindsay Chrisley's book for that, because look where she is now. And once again, I'm going to tell you this. If you feel that you need to stand by KJ, own it. Own it. Also, you guys, I see that Katie Joy had actually, you know that quote that I was reading to you that Amy actually put on her Twitter? That has been deleted from KJ's Twitter. KJ has also deleted that video of Amy mocking Backwards Barbie. And I'll put a screenshot here because as still of today at 12:38, it was on. I even took that screenshot because I was filming and I wanted to show you guys that she still has it on her Instagram, but it has now been deleted. So you guys, I'm going to leave it as that. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down below. I've got another video that I'm actually working on right now and I've got to get to that. So please have a wonderful weekend. Please be safe out there. Be kind to one another, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.